So we're going for a walk right now, and the weather is absolutely insane. Oh, I love it. It's my favorite part about the summer is when the sky opens up and you get these epic thunderstorms, and you feel the energy in the air, and it is like, for anyone who tells you energy is not a thing, like vibes and all this stuff, go outside in a thunderstorm and tell me you are not awakened by the energy of the storm. It is amazing, and I love it. I absolutely love being out here in storms. It's not the most fun when you get caught on top of Mount Washington one, like I did a couple years ago, and I think a guy actually died during that storm. But we were coming down from Lake in the Clouds, which is the hut up there, and we're about an hour down the trail, and just the sky opens up, we see these clouds coming over the hill, and we start booking it, and we're hearing a thunder off in the distance, just like that. And oh these raindrops are like, they're massive. Oh yeah, and all my neighbors think I'm weird. But I'm hoping for absolute chaos, trees falling down type weather. Not sure if we're gonna get that with this storm, but fingers crossed. It's cold. Go back this way. Kind of reminds me of a storm I got caught in Germany over the summer. I'll put a clip up right here of it, but it was absolutely insane. The e-bike I was holding was literally pulled sideways, and it was like off the ground. We had to take shelter by that giant statue, Athena. And there's a bunch of tourists to me. We're kind of just all huddled under there, waiting this storm out. And afterwards, driving back to my hostel, everything was soaked. There were trees down the street. But dopamine detox day 7 or something. Ooh, it's kind of cold. As my brother pointed out to me today, it's not exactly a dopamine detox, it's more of a social media detox, which is going to help reset my dopamine levels, but not necessarily detoxing from dopamine itself, because your brain runs on dopamine. So I'm just getting dopamine from other sources and kind of going without dopamine from social media, from TV, from YouTube, music. And I'm trying to get more, I don't know, less addicting forms of it. I call it a dopamine detox because it sounds good. I like the double D. Oh, it's cold. I feel like a kid with these puddles. I look like a kid without my beard. But if you're running right now, you can do an instant water glick. You just take your shirt off, and you just twist it over your head and kind of get it out. Definitely make sure you don't use any non-organic or non-heavily chemical laundry detergents though, because that's another thing that we don't really consider, is our skin is our largest organ and things get absorbed through the skin. And hopefully this audio is coming out, because I'm actually going to say some stuff that's quite interesting. But I never understood that or really appreciated how the skin was the largest organ. And I just never protected it, never gave it the respect that it should have had. And just led to me getting a bunch of skin infections in wrestling. I mean, I don't know what I'm saying, but I got sensitive skin, and for some reason, if there's a skin infection from wrestling, I seem to get it. Even though I used the defense soap, which absolutely destroys your skin biome by wiping out all the oil, which may be one of the reasons why I get the skin infection. Kind of a catch-22 type thing where they tell you, like, I used this CeraVe lotion for my face because it used to be very dry when I got out of the shower. You know what? The moment I stopped using it, there was like a week-long period, but then my face stopped being dry when I got out of the shower. And it was literally, this lotion was messing up my skin, the natural oils it was producing, while at the same time charging me through the nose for it and telling me this is going to fix your dry skin. And going back to how I didn't give my skin the respect, I never paid attention to laundry detergent. I didn't really wear gloves while handling cleaning chemicals. I've done a lot of cleaning work. I was a handyman for years, and that's how I kind of made a lot of money in high school. That and also the eBay, but I mean, being a handyman is freaking easy. Yeah, for me it is. I grew up with a drill in my hand and a hammer in the other, and I'll put a picture of a Porsche I built right here. Freaking beautiful thing. Built that when I was 16 for one of my neighbors. And it was actually dead simple. All I did was power wash the deck, get the paint off it, get the stain off it, unscrew a bunch of stuff, put new screws in, and paint it. And a lot of people get these mental hang-ups that work is, like, these tasks are more difficult than they actually are. I'm not saying some people, like, I don't do this too. I have these mental walls in my head where I'm like, I don't really want to do something, but I try to get others to do it, and then I bite the bullet and I finally do it myself. I'm like, oh, that wasn't that difficult. What was I going on about? But get outside, enjoy nature. I mean, how many of these storms do you actually get a year? Especially depending on where you are. But also, be safe. I've lived here my whole life. I know what the storms look like. And this is probably one of the handful of good thunderstorms that we will actually get this year. I also do enjoy running in the storms, but I am currently resting my legs because I looked at Running Barefoot and Born to Run, and I fell under the spell of the book. And the book is very well written, and I fell under its spell, and I'm like, I'm born to run! I'm gonna run barefoot everywhere! I like walking barefoot, but my cardio over 8 years of wrestling is way, way better than my ligament strength in my feet and my toes and my knees. I can push myself way farther cardio-wise than I can actually, than my legs can physically take. And what this has caused is multiple injuries in my feet. I've injured the arches of my foot. I've injured my knee. My knee now clicks sometimes when I'm doing jiu-jitsu. And I wasn't making videos every day talking about this, but when I initially got into running because I was at a jiu-jitsu camp in Europe doing training, and I getting really cocky. I decided to try to throw this dude who was like 6'4", about 2 meters, any Europeans watching, but he had a good 20 kilos, 40 pounds, 45 pounds on me. Get cocky as hell, and I thought I could throw him. So I tried to hit him with, I think a lat drop or something. I get the underhook to overhook, he counters it, I counter his counter, and then he bails from it, and he balls up. And his leg is on the ground, it's kind of bent up like that with the foot on the mat. My sternum lands right on his knee, and it just busted open. I can feel it like shifting. Ooh. Love this! But I could feel it shifting, and I had to take 3 months off for jiu-jitsu practice, which I hated. So I decided I'm gonna go do long distance running. I always liked running as a hobby, and I infrequently do it, but when I started doing it more and started training it all the time, I then started doing half marathons and 20 milers. And when I would do, I'm like, now trailing. When I would do the half marathons and the 20 milers, I would push myself because I like the feeling that you get afterwards, where your head is absolutely gushing with blood, and like you feel the pulsing in your temple. And it kind of reminded me of the feeling I get when I use nicotine. And I would somewhat chase that feeling on my run. I would sprint the last mile of my runs. And even though I might have good form, my body just couldn't, my leg couldn't take it. They couldn't take the stress I was putting them under, because your ligaments take years to progressively get stronger. This is why bodybuilders go with the light weight. The light weight is not actually the best thing to do in the gym, but bodybuilders are constantly worried about steroids, about injuries due to the fact they're taking steroids. So steroids allow you to get much bigger muscles, and your ligaments and your tendons will not be at the same strength as your muscles, so they will destroy themselves and they will break first. If you look at a chart for rock climbing and other stuff, it takes years to get your ligaments to the strength they actually require them to be. But going back to this, I had the muscle, I had the cardio, but I didn't have the ligament strength from training running for years. So I kept on injuring them and then taking time off, and eventually it started affecting my jiu-jitsu. And the whole point of running was to have something to do, was injured from jiu-jitsu, and it pissed me off that this side hobby I started doing is now removing me from my actual love of what I wanted to be doing. So while I was in Europe, I was doing jiu-jitsu there. I was doing this thing called high mount, and when I took high mount, you kind of flare your knees out a little bit, and they started clicking like a lot. And I looked it up, and it said, this is called the runner's knee. And I talked to some of the guys at my gym, and they were all telling me how like bad this is going to be, surgery and everything. And I'm like, I think I can rest this in rehab. I'm not going to be an idiot. I'm not going to push myself past the point and continue doing these positions, continue if there's any pain. So now when I'm training, the moment my knee starts clicking, I'm done for the day. I also avoid positions that make my knee click. So I pay a lot of attention to my knees. So I try to do as much training as I can, but if my knees aren't allowing it, then I'll rest, because it's not worth injuring myself at this point just to get in a little bit more training. I'm thinking long run. I'm thinking 10 years down the line, I'd love to make a run for a couple titles, but not now. Now it's just about learning stuff and not getting injured while I do it. Well, not getting injured too much, because you can never avoid injury completely. Ooh. I'll put my light back over here. We're going to quickly check my rain barrel. The gun is overflowing. Popped off there. Raspberry's gonna love this. That's my rain barrel. That's it. Oh my god. We have like little streams going through my yard right now. I love these flash floods. Hopefully we get hit with a couple more hurricanes, but there, the sky's opening up. Oh. Yeah, the whole point of this video, hopefully next time you guys have some big storm bad weather coming, just get outside, enjoy it. I mean, don't put yourself in danger, but there's never any danger here. Look how beautiful this is now. We got clear skies over here. We got red skies over there. I'm gonna head in a second because it's quieting down quite a lot, but I hopped on my weather app on my phone because I'm still like, I'll pick up my phone sometimes. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm not gonna go on like YouTube because it's on my phone. I'm not gonna just search stuff or scroll on Amazon and look at products that I might want to buy. So like, I also gonna check the weather, and then I'll put my phone away. I checked the weather. I saw this, and I'm like, I need to go outside right now. Where's my camera? But oh man, I love these events. I'm so stoked. But get outside, enjoy the bad weather. I mean, there's nothing the only bad weather I think there is when it's kind of cold and damp and dreary. I'm not a big fan of that, but I absolutely love it when it's a little shower going on here. I absolutely love it when it's extreme conditions like this. Peace out, enjoy life.